It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Boo. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. I am your host, Spencer, and I have very important things to say in this episode. What do I have to say? I have to tell you that the first word in this episode is go devil. Go devil. Ooh, interesting. This is two words with a hyphen. It is a noun from 1852. Any of various devices. What kind of devices are we even talking about? Well, we have some sub-definitions. We got 5 of them, in fact. We have a cultivator with wooden runners. All right, this is fascinating. It's a go devil. It's a device. What kind of device? A cultivator with wooden runners? Okay, what else do we got? We got B, a weight formerly dropped in a bored hole to set off an explosive. I'm a hole and I'm so bored. Why aren't there any people to hang out with? That nobody wants to. I don't know. So a weight that is dropped in a hole to set off an explosive, and an example would be an oil well. They bored the hole. They use a tool to bore the dirt out of there, so it's a hole. And it's formerly dropped. So does that mean that they don't do this anymore? And it was called a go devil. C, a cleaning scraper propelled through a pipeline. Okay, so I'm imagining just a long pipe, and you gotta clean your pipes sometimes, and so then there's a scraper that maybe goes along the edges, and it's propelled through the pipeline. Is it pushed? Is it pulled? Does it have a jet engine on it so it goes through the pipeline, and it's scraping off all the crap on the inside of the pipe? And it was called a go devil? Is called a go devil? We now have D, a hand car or small gasoline car used on a railroad. Ooh, was this the kind where you see people in the old movies doing the teeter-totter thing, pushing it back and forth so they can go down the train? What happens when the train comes, though? Do you have to lift the whole thing off and then put it back on the... So was that a go devil? Or am I thinking of the wrong kind of thing? And then we have E, a child's sled is a go devil. Well, the thing that seems to be the most common in most of these is something that is moving, speeding along. We got a child sled. Of course, children want to go down in a sled very, very quickly. Pew! A hand car, maybe not very fast, but it's moving along a track. The scraper going through the pipeline. The weight falling down the hole, and a cultivator with wooden runners. Well, the wooden runners makes me think that it's moving in some way. I have no idea. But here's the thing. There's no etymology. There's no etymology to speak of. So I have to now go to the internet, the www World Wide Web, and when I look up go devil, wow, I'm seeing some things. That's it. Thought that I was looking for good devil. That is something quite different. Quite adult, in fact. But there's this go devil manufacturers of engines and boats, and here we go. Let's go to the Wikipedia page to see if we can get some good information. There's an automobile engine, Willys Go Devil engine. The hand-powered rail car, just go to see hand car. There's a U.S. Army unit nicknamed the Go Devils. All right, what's this? A simple one-horse sled used for hauling trees in logging. That was so that's probably the first one, maybe with the wooden runners. And that's a pretty short Wikipedia entry. So there's so many things that can be called a go devil. It's going, and I don't know, why are we using the word devil? I wonder if this entry describes that at all. Let's see. A go devil is a product of a camp blacksmith shop. It's a rough sled having two unshod hardwood runners, which are preferably of yellow birch, selected from timbers having a natural crook. The usual type of runner is from 6 to 7.5 feet long, 6 inches wide, and from 3 to 5 inches thick. A 6 inch by 6 inch by 4 foot or 5 foot bunk is fastened to each runner by a bolt. The bolt is placed from. It's a whole description of how to build one of these things, basically. But I don't know why devil. Is it because I don't know. I don't know. Too much talk about Go Devil. What sound effect am I gonna make today? Ooh, let's see. Anything popping out at me? I'll go. All right, now we have the first form of the word Godfather. This is a noun from before the 12th century. Now, right off the top of my head, I can think of two things. Well, let's see what they got to say. Number one, a man who sponsors a person at baptism. And of course, we talked all about God child and God daughter in the previous episode. And so now we're seeing the other versions of all of this. And we also have number two, one having a relation to someone or something analogous to that of a male sponsor to his godchild, as to a. One that founds, supports, or inspires, as in the example. It's a quote, made him the godfather of a whole generation of rebels. That is from the Times Lit Sup. Times Literary Supplement, maybe? So one having a relation to someone or something analogous to that. So they're like not literally the sponsor of the godchild, helping them to be a good adult, raising them in the right way, talking about the raising them in a religion and have faith and stuff, if that's what you're into. But it's like, it's sort of like that, but not exactly like that. And so in this quote, made him the godfather of a whole generation of rebels. So was he like the first rebel, the best rebel, the king rebel? All the rebels looked up to him, so he was the godfather of rebels. That would be a pretty cool life. And then to be the leader of an organized crime syndicate. So did that become a thing before the movie or the book, The Godfather? It must have been. It must have been. So that is definitely similar to, wait, did I miss something? Did one that found supports? Oh, you know what? I wonder if I did one whole, I think I did two definitions in one. So number two is one having a relation to someone or something analogous to that of a male sponsor to his godchild. And then 2A is one who found, supports, or inspires. Yes, the king of the rebels is definitely inspiring the rebels. And then, of course, the leader of an organized crime syndicate is called the Godfather because everybody's looking up to them and they're helping people out, but they're taking control. They're doing whatever they want to do. They feel so good when people call them the Godfather. And sometimes they talk like this, or they make a sound like this, with puffy cheeks. All right, the second form of Godfather is a transitive verb from 1780. It is to act as godfather to. I shall godfather you, all of you young little children. I shall godfather you in the way of the podcasting. Don't do it the way I did it. Next is God-fearing. 2 words with a hyphen, and the G is capitalized. Adjective from 1835, having a reverent feeling towards God, or just toward God. The synonym is devout. So, a reverent feeling toward God. You're like, oh, look at you, God. You're way up there in the sky. I am so devoted to you. I am a devout person. You're the best. I am so happy that I exist because of you. So I fear you. Are we going to see God loving in here? No. God loving is not in the dictionary, but God fearing is. So interesting that we have chose to have people fear God when they are devoted to God. But isn't God supposed to be all loving? So why can't we be all loving back to God? Interesting. Can we change this? If you've been saying God fearing, maybe you should start saying God loving and see how that changes things. All right, next we have God forsaken. God forsaken. One word. Adjective from 1860. Number 1, the synonyms are remote and desolate. Ooh, maybe in the middle of a desert, you are God forsaken. Number 2, neglected and miserable. Is that the word miserable? Yes, for some reason it looks funny to me. Neglected and miserable in appearance or circumstances. It's like God forsook you. You were forsaken by God. God was like, nah, I'm just going to neglect you. You can be called God forsaken now. I'm just going to throw you in the middle of a desert, in a remote, desolate desert. Ooh, maybe one of them remote, deserted islands. Okay, so that's God forsaken. I don't know about what to say about God forsaken, so let's move on to Godhead. Godhead, one word, noun from the 13th century. Number 1, divine nature or essence. Divine nature or essence. It's like, it's just the essence of a thing. It's like it comes from the heavens, comes from the gods. It's so wonderful and divine. We call it the Godhead. It's like it came from the head of God, his brain, whatever. I put that in quotes. Number 2, this one would be capitalized. 2A, the synonym is the number 1 definition for the word God, which said the supreme or ultimate reality. Also call that Godhead. Why are we using the word head here? 2B, the nature of God, especially as existing in 3 persons. This is used with the word the. So, the Godhead or the Godhead. And when you say existing in 3 persons, do you mean the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost? Or what other 3 persons? I personally would prefer that in this definition is talking about Mo, Larry, and Curly. I don't even know what that would be, but that's my Godhead. Now I'm thinking of the Three Stooges. Let's see, what else to say? Let's look at the etymology. Oh, this is from God plus head, which meant hood. It is akin to the Middle English hod, which means hood. So it's like, there's all those words that you put hood at the end. Neighborhood, fatherhood, motherhood, parenthood, other ones. So it's like, what is it like? It's just like the all-encompassing God thing, really. Well, hey, I was just about to say maybe we should call it Godhood instead of Godhead. But look at this. It's Godhood. That's our next entry. Noun from 1563. The synonym is divinity. Just in general, divinity, divine stuff. So Godhood. I mean, it's kind of it sounds a little silly to me, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. Godhead. The word head, just it has such a connotation of your head mostly, and so it's like, what is that? But I think if you replace it with hood, because that was the original meaning, then it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, moving on to Godiva with a capital G. Of course, I think of chocolates, but what is this? Why did this chocolate company, name their company Godiva? It is a noun from 1785. An English earl's wife who in legend rode naked through Coventry to save its citizens from attacks. She was like, hold up. These citizens can't be charged a tax. I don't have time to put on clothes. I'm going to go stop it. And my name is Godiva. English world. I assumed that she just didn't have time to put on clothes. That must have been what it was. But now I'm curious to know, do we need to learn a little bit more about Godiva? I should probably put a link in the show notes for Godiva. Yep, the Wikipedia, it says Lady Godiva. Lady Godiva rode a horse naked. Yep, there's art, there's sculptures of her. Let's see, this was 11th century. Let's see, anything interesting? The wife of Leofric, Earl of Mercia. And let's see, what she rode naked, covering only by her long hair through the streets of Coventry to gain a remission of the oppressive taxation that her husband imposed on his tenants. Oh, it was her own husband who was at fault? The name Peeping Tom for a voyeur originates from later versions of this legend in which a man named Thomas watched her ride and was struck blind or dead. Fascinating. I wonder, I wouldn't be surprised if there is something about, did somebody just make up the fact that she was naked because of men and patriarchy and sex and stuff? Or is this a real person who actually did this? Now, there is a whole section here about the historical figure. Let's see. If we do a quick scan, does it say anything? Let's see. It looks like maybe there was a name change. It is claimed that she was born around 995 AD. Let's see. A woman named Godiva was recorded in the 12th century. If that Godiva were the same person, she would have been a widow when Leofric married her. They were generous benefactors to religious houses. Let's see. Oh, well, there's a lot of information here, and it seems like, I don't know. There's the historical figure, and then there's the legend, and so, and it's changed over time. And who knew that the term Peeping Tom, came from this? Oh, there's even a whole section about degree of nudity. So there's different stories that probably say that she was different. There were different degrees of nudity. Interesting. And all about taxation. Too much taxes, maybe? I don't know. Taxes, we have mixed feelings about them. And she had very strong feelings about them. All right, so that's Godiva. I've heard the name, but I don't think I knew who she was. Now we have godless. Adjective from 1528. Not acknowledging a deity or divine law. Godlessness is a noun. If you are like, nope, no God, I don't believe there's any God out there at all, strike me down if I'm wrong, or right, or then I would be godless. If there is a God and I'm wrong, strike me down with a lightning bolt at this very moment. And godless. I don't know if I'm godless or not. I don't like the term. The term God has so much connotation to it that people, as soon as you say the word God, people have meanings in their head immediately about what that means. So, I just prefer something else. I think there's something, but I just don't like the word God for it. All right, now we're moving on to godlike. Godlike, adjective from before the 12th century. Resembling or having the qualities of God or a god. Interesting. The synonym is divine. Godlikeness. Godlikeness, that is a noun. So you're like, whoa, you are like a god or the god, depending on how you believe things. Look at you with your amazing podcast. You are so godlike talking to us. You're like the god of the rebels. All right, what else do we got? We got now godling. Godling, noun from circa 1500. It is an inferior or local god. Just call up your local god to take care of your local issues. They're just a god for a township. You can see them in your local supermarket where everybody shops. Or an inferior god. Ooh, you're like, nah, you're not as strong as me. What are you doing trying to hang out with the real gods? You're just a godling. All right, moving on to godly. Adjective. Adjective, yes, from the 14th century. Number 1, the synonym is divine. Number 2, the synonyms are pious and devout. So those are different. Number 2, divine, is like, that's the God. The God is divine, so they are godly. But number 2, pious and devout, that means the people who are devoted to the God would be called godly. So you got to be careful about how you're using this word. You gotta check the context. That's it. Godliness is a noun, and godly is also an adverb. Ooh, but an archaic adverb. So sometimes people were living their life godly. That's it. Moving on to godmother. Noun from before the 12th century. A woman who sponsors a person at baptism. Honestly, why have we not gotten a remake or sequel or prequel or something even satirical called The Godmother, a movie maybe, that's like The Godfather, but it's The Godmother? Has somebody made something like that? I feel like I need to look this up. Movie called Godmother. There might be something. There's Godmothered. That was a Disney movie. Let's see. Oh, there's a movie called Cocaine Godmother. Interesting. There is one called Godmother, claimed Hindi biographical drama about a person who was a mafia boss and politician. Oh, fascinating. Biographical drama. So that one is true. 1999 movie called Godmother. Cool. There's also an indie horror thriller called Godmother. Let's see. What does it say? A romantic trip to the high desert disrupted by retirees with sinister intentions. Fantastic. There's also The Godmother. Was that the one with Catherine? No, wait, I'm confused about this. Anyway, there's a few things, but I don't know. I think we need more. And what else? What other? I'm trying to think of other godmother things. I'm thinking of stepmothers. You know, there's like the stepmother in Cinderella, but what other godmothers are out there in popular culture, the world, the movies? Can't think of anything. Next is go down. Go down, one word. Noun from 1552. It is a warehouse in a country of southern or eastern Asia. They call it a go down. Southern or eastern Asia, it's a warehouse called a go down. This is by folk etymology from the Malay word, maybe it's pronounced gudang. I don't know. I apologize for my pronunciation. So I am assuming that English speakers heard this Malay word about a warehouse, and then they just changed it. They were like, you know what? We're just going to call it a go down. Means nothing. You know, we have our words go and down. Has nothing to do with those words whatsoever. So just call it by the Malay word. How hard is that? Okay, fine. Next is go down. This one is actually go and down, 2 words. Verb from the 14th century. We are starting with intransitive, and I'm scanning to see if there's any transitive, but I don't think so. So we got number 1A. To go below the horizon, The synonym is the word set, as in the sun went down. We're using the past form of the word go. The sun is going down as it is setting. Oh, I love it. I love watching the sun go down and watching that sunset. That sun go down. 1B, to fall to or as if to the ground, as in the plane went down in flames. Wow, dictionary, you had to take it there. I mean, what? Yeah, when you're thinking about a plane going down, you might be thinking it might be in flames. And just going down in general is pretty horrific. So something, I mean, basically the going down of the sun and the plane are pretty similar. They're just going down. Did we need to specify that they're a little bit different? I'm not sure. But yes, falling to the ground is going down, went down, probably a plane. 1C, to become submerged. The synonym is sink. Hey, where do you think this definition, this example is going to go to? I have a thought. What does it say? Yep, the ship went down with all hands. Does that mean that the ship sank with everybody on board and they all died in flames? Probably not flames. Number 2, to admit of being swallowed. To admit of being swallowed. As in the example, the medicine went down easily. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. To admit of being swallowed. To admit of being swallowed. It's like your mouth, your throat is admitting the medicine to go down. Okay. Number 3A. To find acceptance, as in, will the plan go down with the farmers? There should be a question mark at the end of that, I think. Will the plan go down with the farmers? Will the farmers accept the plan? Maybe if the plan is coming from the government or a very big company, then they might not want to accept it. But because of capitalism and money, then they were like kind of forced to accept it. And they're like, all right, fine, it's going down. Maybe if you gave me a spoonful of sugar, it would go down a little bit easier. But you're not giving me any sugar. Sugar. 3B. To come to be remembered, especially in posterity. As in, will he go down in history as a great president? You're putting will he, I don't know. You should, first of all, you should put a question mark at the end. Or you could just swappy the words and say, he will go down, etc. To come to be remembered, especially in posterity. Well, I'm feeling like our current situation president may not go down in history as a great one. He will go down in history as being divisive. Number 4 is British. It means to leave a university. Oh, you're like, so does that mean when you've graduated, you've finished? Or where you're like, I'm done with this crap. I'm going to go down. Look at me. I'm a godfather of rebels. I don't need your university. I'm going down. 5A. To undergo defeat or failure. To undergo defeat or failure, like you're playing the sports. Right now, as I'm recording this, the World Cup is going on, and I am not paying attention to it whatsoever. But there are a lot of teams that are going down in defeat or failure. Most of the teams are losers. 5B is chiefly British, and it is to become incapacitated, as in went down with acute tonsillitis. That's a quote from Helen Cathcart, or something like that. Helen Cathcart was talking about somebody, maybe herself, that she went down with acute tonsillitis. Because it's to become incapacitated. Oh, I'm sick. I can't do anything. I have to just lay in bed and feel like I want to die because I went down. Number 6 is slang. and it is to take place. The synonym is happen. There's no example. We're talking about like what's going down. Did it go down? Ooh, when those rebel forces got together, some stuff went down. We have a phrase, go down on. Oh, hello, the book is going there. Go down on. That means to perform fellatio or cunnilingus on. And because you're taking your head and you're bringing it down a person's body to a lower part, not the mouth to mouth kissy part, the mouth to other part kissy part, and so you're going down. There's that great line in what is it? Was it Aerosmith? Love in an Elevator, and she says, "Going down." You know what they're talking about. Putting on shoes. All right, let's move on to godparent, noun from 1865. It is a sponsor at baptism. Just either one, doesn't matter what their gender is, how many there are, how many godparents can you give? If I were doing that, I would bring a whole bunch of godparents into the situation. Next is God's acre. Gods with a capital G and apostrophe S. Noun from 1617. The synonym is churchyard. I guess that makes sense. It's God's house, God's place, the people where they go there to be devoted to God, and so it's like the land, it's God's acre. Maybe it's not even a full acre. Next is godsend. Godsend, noun from 1820. It is a desirable or needed thing or event that comes unexpectedly. Oh, it's like God sent this thing. Where did it come from? It can only have possibly come from God. So it is a godsend. Thank you, God, for sending me a pigeon. This is a back formation from God sent. It's God sent, which is not in the dictionary. So it is a godsend. I hope this podcast is a godsend for you. Next is godson. Godson, noun from before the 12th century. It is a male godchild. Next is Godspeed. One word with a capital G, noun from the 15th century. It is a preposterous... I was trying to say preposterous. What is it? Preposterous. What is even the word? Preposterous. That's not the word. Why does my mouth want to keep on saying that? It's like Anyway, that's not even the word that I'm trying to... Preposterous. Preposterous? I'm looking it up. Something that is completely unreasonable, foolish, or absurd to the point of being laughable. Preposterous. Trying to say the word is preposterous. But this word is not that word. It is a prosperous journey. Come on, how hard was that? A prosperous journey, the synonym is success. As in, bade him Godspeed. Here, I want you to have Godspeed. I want you to have a prosperous journey, not a preposterous journey, although that would be kind of fun for me. Have a successful journey. Please have everything go right for you. Godspeed. Of course, I can't not think that the word speed is in there, so it makes me think like, oh, you go fast. But it's really more about just success. Have it go well. This word is from Middle English Godspeed, S-P-E-I-D, which is from the phrase God speed you, S-P-E-D-E-U, which means God prosper you. So have God send some prosperousness down to your journey, prosper you, Not preposterous you, prosper you. So that's a Middle English word, speed, which means prosper, I guess. So it has nothing to do with speediness. Next time you say Godspeed to somebody, you better know that what you mean. Know what you're saying. You're really saying God prosper, I think. Okay, very good. I'm glad we all learned that. And now, for our very last entry in this episode, we have our very last God word, godwit. Godwit, one word, noun from 1552. It is any of a genus of shorebirds that are related to the curlews and sandpipers and have a long, slender, slightly upturned or straight bill. The godwit. So it seems like it might not be related to God at all, but for some reason, the godwit is a bird. And guess what? The origin is unknown. We don't know where this word came from. But I can tell you that the genus is Limosa. So that's that, and maybe I should, just for funsies, look up a picture of a godwit. Oh, yes, I could definitely tell that it's related to those birds, and it looks like it's hanging out on a beach, and it's got a long, straight bill used for sticking the bill maybe in the sand and taking out some little insects and other things. All right, that's the godwit. Hey, let's pick a word of the episode. Today we had go devil, godfather, godfather, God-fearing, God-forsaken, Godhead, Godhood, Godiva, Godless, Godlike, Godling, Godly, Godmother, Go Down, Godparent, God's Acre, Godsend, Godson, Godspeed, Godwit. Which one shall be the word of the episode? Let's see. I don't know which one it should be. Let's pick Go Devil as the word of the episode. I'm speeding down a pipe. I'm a go devil. I'm going really fast. I don't care where I am. I'm a go devil. Go, go, devil. Devil, go. Woo! Fantastic. All right, now it is time to tell you about a movie. And this movie, this was a fun movie. I enjoyed this very much. It is called Power Ballad. And it is a movie with Paul Rudd and that other guy who is a famous musical person. And I'm going to look it up right now and tell you all about it. It's Nick Jonas. And it's a story about... how much do I want to tell you? Paul Rudd plays a wedding singer who used to be in a band. He's still making music. He is, and him and Nick Jonas get into a little bit of a situation. And it's very, very good and sweet and funny, and I think you should watch it. Power Ballad. All right, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for checking out this show. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.